of spinach. Yes, it's labeled as, Del Monte, made with fresh cut leaf spinach, reduced sodium, 40% less than Del Monte leaf spinach. And there's a label on it, so I know it's spinach. So that if my kids don't like spinach, I can avoid it altogether or just get it for me. And they'll know by looking at the label and the picture that it's spinach. Well, there was a Facebook post today that talked about labels and about how some individuals hated labels and about how, especially when it comes to sexual orientation and mainly, like when two guys or two girls or a guy and a girl are getting together, they have to tell each other what they like. Maybe one's kinkier, maybe one's not. Maybe they're both kinky, maybe they're both not. But you, in essence, label yourself as certain things. Like some people are monogamous and some people are not, which I would not be dealing with a non-monogamous person. Some people, like with the whole top and bottom thing with gay men, there has to be that dynamic there with people who want to have penetrative sex. And also there are people that are verse that can take on either position, which is okay. But for someone to rant about it is like, okay, look, we need those labels because two tops are probably not going to get anywhere because there's got to be a bottom in that if they're going to have penetrative sex. Period. So, when people talk about labels, I kind of think, you know what, I understand your exasperation because you don't have to label everything as if we're like cans of something or cans of spinach or tuna. But people have to understand things that they don't understand in terms of what they do understand. Like this one time I read something that said a kid was asking, "What's gay?" And his sister said, "Well, when two men or two women love each other like mom and dad love each other." And that was it. That was putting something into terms that that young boy could understand. So when we talk about labels and all that as a negative thing, it's not necessarily negative. Many times it depends like what they're conflating that label with. But the whole thing is labels itself cannot be something that is the boogeyman or something. It's simply a way of determining something that we may not understand. Just like a macho femme something. I said, what is it? And he had to say, I act macho, but I appreciate my feminine side. And that's basically a secure dude. We have to label that. We have to put that in terms of something that we understand. So, what are your thoughts? I know that there's a lot of people that say, like, that reject bisexual because, like, they look at it as, like,